It's nerf for nothing!
If you're human and not living under a rock, then I'm sure you heard of the game Fortnite. If you don't know what Fortnite is,
well, I guess you just have to be prepared to die.
Fortnite is an online video game and game platform developed by Epic Games and released in 2017. It's available in 6 distinct game modes, versions, and otherwise share the same general gameplay and game engine. Fortnite Battle Royale, a free-to-play battle royale game in which up to 100 players fight to be the last person standing, but most people just refer to it as these two emojis. It's pretty hard to argue that Fortnite is not an extremely relevant and popular game, especially recently since the OG map return. I could go on and on about the tactics behind Epic Games and how they reel in players day in and day out with their nostalgic skins, overly hyped events, extensive amounts of collaborations, constant feedback suggestions, unpredictable and dynamic gameplay, steady updates, and a bunch more. But I'm gonna stop there because I haven't taken a breath since the beginning of this sentence, so I'm gonna take one now. Fortnite's success is pretty evident, with it once more breaking its own record when it peaked at 3.1 million players last November. That's more than 3 million players. My point is, Fortnite, relevant. Rec Room, kind of relevant. Not so much when you put it next to Fortnite, but that's not the point. How can Fortnite save Rec Room? Look, I'm not talking about some crazy collaboration between the two, although running around in Fortnite without legs would be pretty advantageous to your hitbox. But what I want to explain is how I think Rec Room could take some notes and learn a bit about Fortnite's accomplishments. This is all my unbiased thoughts, and I'm not trying to bash Rec Room. I genuinely just want this game to succeed and be the next big thing, and the only way to do that is to think like the big boys. So Rec Room, if you're watching this, please don't take away my partnership. And before I share my thoughts, I just want to mention that most of these ideas are going to be Rec Room original related. I think Rec Room is going in the right direction by taking care of the builders and by giving them resources and incentives to continue creating content for their game. I mean, they could still use some development in some things revolving the building community.
Apart from the fact that the, judging was absolutely horrible.
People want to rejudging, and people made a petition. It hasn't gotten that bad ever before.
So we're not going to focus on the building aspect of Rec Room. I have no experience in social marketing, game design, or video game marketing in general. These, like I said, are all just my thoughts, and I could be completely wrong in some aspects, but hear me out. We're going to focus on 5 main topics: unpredictability, reward structure, leveling system, the competitive scene, and virality. Fortnite is one of the most unpredictable games I've ever played. Every month or two, Fortnite's map makes some big changes that keeps the game fresh. You also never know what the meta is going to be. It might be a mobility item, or a specific weapon, or a weapon combo.
Oh, 2 pumps! In case the first one missed, right? In case you can't hit me for 80, right? The double pump shotgun can lick the
Rec Room needs to constantly update their game to keep things fresh, and I'll hand it to them. They got it down when it comes to the rec center, and it's always changing to promote events, collabs, to stay festive, or just to push the merch booth, which happens a lot. I think all rooms need constant updates. Rec Room needs to put their money back into the developers and not primarily into the builders. Imagine if Rec Royale had a winter season, or if the soccer field was in the middle of some sort of city, or if the paintball and laser tags both got at least one map every year. There would be so much more to look forward to. It could be anything. It could be a map, it could be a weapon for Rec Royale, a track for Rec Rally. The options are limitless. And speaking of Rec Rally, what the heck was that? I've never wanted to rant about something so much that I've never ranted about. I don't even know what I just said right there. But have you ever played any racing game that had only one track? And where are the weapons so that we could sabotage each other and just grief each other and make the game more fun? Fortnite just dropped Rocket Racing, and that game mode has 26 tracks. 26! Imagine if there was a way to unlock new tracks for Rec Rally. That would be a great incentive to keep players coming back to play. Look, that's just a tangent, so let's not get started on Rec Rally. We have a bigger picture to paint. Another idea I had is, what if weapons in paintball were not dedicated to specific maps? What if all weapons cycled randomly throughout all the maps? This seems like it could be a pretty controversial topic, but I think it would make the game super interesting. It would go back to that concept of unpredictability that I was talking about. I know it sounds kind of nuts, but I think I personally would enjoy the game better if it was running this way. Constant updates that keep the RROs fresh would make the biggest impact on the game, and I have a good feeling about that. The RROs are what should represent this game. That's what makes Rec Room original, the originals. It's literally called Rec Room Originals. The argument that Roblox doesn't need originals to stay relevant is completely different because that's what Roblox is solely focused on. I've done some research, and to my knowledge, none of the originals in Roblox are really that popular or even playable at this point. But that's what makes Rec Room stand apart and is more playable to me personally. The fact that it has originals and the fact that it has tons of custom rooms. I know this seems all over the place, but the main point is Rec Room needs to keep updating their RROs. They need to keep things fresh and unpredictable with changes. I mean, they'd even have the added benefits to make more money in other ways rather than just cosmetics if they did this. If these kinds of things were implemented, they could just remove the weekly skin all in all. I mean, it's not even a weekly skin anymore, it's a monthly skin. Imagine if every RRO had a battle pass. You could unlock specific paintball weapons in the paintball battle pass or earn different skins in the Rec Royale battle pass, which by the way was one of the most disappointing things I've ever seen in Rec Room. How is it that there's a battle pass for only one season? It's never had another one. Like, why is there even a battle pass at this point? Like, if you don't want to do a battle pass for every RRO, because I can see how that can be a little bit repetitive and a lot of work, then at least have a cycling set of skins that you can purchase with currency specific to that game. Kind of like they do in laser tag. Like, the concept's already there, just rotate the damn items with new things. And these skins don't even have to be daily updates. But that's what makes Fortnite so special. It's the only game I know that has an item shop that changes daily. That's an immense amount of work, I can understand, but that shows true dedication to the community. If every RRO had a battle pass with updating seasons or at least some sort of in-game currency like laser tag with rotating items, every game would have players playing it way more often because they would have some sort of incentive and some sort of reason to keep coming back. People play simulator games, for God's sake. There's no purpose in those games other than to get the highest number in some sort of leaderboard. If you could give them something to earn in a evergreen fashion, then they will never stop coming back. I won't go too in depth about the leveling system because my guy BBR here has the best video to explain the issues that the leveling system has on Rec Room. I'll link the video in the description, but to simply put, the Rec Room leveling system is the worst leveling system I've seen in any video game. It makes no sense. It caps too early and it proves nothing to anyone. Rec Rooms come to a point where if you remove the entire leveling structure, there would be no difference or impact on the game. Look, this is a simple fix and would change the whole vibe of the game in a positive manner. Either reset the levels every month or so, or add a prestige system like they do in Call of Duty. When you hit level 50, the game is basically done. There's no up from there. There's no leveling system where the players are forced to play forever. Why not make a leveling system where the players are forced to play forever? Isn't that every video game's dream? There's just a bunch of potential in this game and so much room for development, but it seems like Rec Room doesn't focus on any of these things except for taking care of the builders, which is understandable, but this is a huge community. There are other parts in the community that need that attention and incentives too. And that leads me to my next point. Another thing that Fortnite does really well is they push their competitive scene a lot. In 2018 alone, Fortnite invested $100 million in rewards and other things for their tournaments. I don't even know if Rec Room knows this, but the competitive community is pretty big. There's a ton of leagues out there and none of them are really ever promoted by Rec Room. They do sponsor a handful of leagues and the champ of each season for specific leagues earn a gold skinned item, but that's it. Recently, Rec Room started handing out tokens to players who have won the same league they've won previously, which is a step in the right direction, but it's kind of weird and incoherent. It's like they just heard people complaining,
"Bro, I won a league and I won it again, but this time around I didn't get anything because I already won that award last season."
So they were just like,
here's some tokens, shut up.
Look, I appreciate that they did something about it, but it just doesn't feel right. The reward system doesn't really make sense. In my opinion, the reward should just be tokens or skins. It's just confusing at this point. Here's my resolution. First place gets a gold skin, second place gets a bronze skin, and third place gets a silver skin. And every skin should have the league name, the season, and the team name engraved on it. That way, winning the same league and the same placement wouldn't really be an issue. You could differentiate between the two different seasons that you've won, even though it's the same skin. This would be so cool because you can now earn a collection showing your placements for the leagues you've won. It would be kind of like, you know, how real trophies and rewards are designed. After that, I think Rec Room should host their own tournament so that way they can live stream it where players can earn real cash or huge amount of tokens, just the same way the builders can in contests. This would be a great way to get the community together because for the longest time, I feel like the competitive side of Rec Room has been constantly swept under the rug. I feel like not every part of the community is getting enough love. It's mainly focused on the builders, and we kind of need to change that. Now, there's no way to ensure virality. That kind of defeats the whole concept of the word viral. You can't really know your content will go viral every time unless you're like Mr. Beast or some sort of godly content creator. But I do know that Fortnite has mastered virality. It's almost to a point where social media is just a news outlet for Fortnite. Anytime a cool change or update comes out, I hear about it on social media before anything. If Rec Room doesn't adapt and have that kind of evergreen mentality, I don't think they could ever kind of have this effect on social media. In the past, Rec Room has collaborated with some bigger YouTubers to make videos on their game, but most of them, if not all of them, stopped playing Rec Room shortly after. But I'm sure if they loved the game, they'd keep coming back and making more content. Here's my solution. Full YouTube videos are longer, so they're probably more expensive, so why not pay for shorter videos? Why not focus on collaborating with short content creators on social media like TikTok and Instagram? That way, the content has a better chance of going viral. Content sharing is just so much easier on social media than it is on YouTube because there's no direct message or friend system on YouTube. Therefore, I think that social media is the way to go. Look, I know these ideas seem far-fetched, but I think that it's far from the truth when I say that studying from the people that are where you want to be is the way to grow. And I don't think that any of this would actually be copying Fortnite because the main focus would still be Rec Room's originals. I think Rec Room forgot how special and important these gamers are to the community. The whole community needs to be involved so that players aren't left behind. The game needs to have more features and keeping the game fresh. I mean, look at Murder Mystery for one. They're constantly updating the game and changing the theme and keeping the game unpredictable and refreshing. If a game is good enough, it'll naturally get put in the hands of big creators and they'll see that Rec Room isn't just a simple social platform. It's a game where developers are dedicated to the community and put in the work to keep the game interesting and addictive. I want this game to succeed so bad. I want more players to be playing so that way when I get on paintball, there's not just 1 or 2 lobbies at a time that I gotta hop back between. Now, there's one simple thing I might not be saying, and it's the fact that Rec Room might not want to be a competitive game. They might be ignoring the competitive side on purpose because they want to focus on building because they want the game to be more like a Roblox and focus on the custom rooms. But if that's the case, then why are there levels? Why is it a competitive game? Why are there build contests? I think Rec Room's in a spot where they don't fully know what they want to be, but I think it's not focusing on what they want to be and focus on what they already are. I think it's about taking what makes your game special and showing it some love. Roblox let their community do all the work. That's because that's what it was meant to do. Fortnite focuses on the competitive scene because that's what that game was meant for, but Rec Room is right in between. A thriving creator and competitive community. You've got the best of both worlds, so take care of both. Look, that's all from me today. I'm sorry about this huge rant that seems kind of like all over the place, but I've been wanting to share my thoughts on Rec Room for a long time now, and I feel like this is a really good time. It's a new year, and let's just see what Rec Room has in store for us. I appreciate you guys for watching the whole video. I will see you guys next week. Thank you. See you. Bye.